Welcome everyone to my first sale under my channel because it's cool. This collaboration, it this collaboration is a celebration of like-minded individuals who share the same passion for collecting and sharing items that we love, either nostalgic or things we collect, whether it be artisan glass, woodworking, leather, vintage toys, just items that bring back memories or something that was beloved in your family. So it's fun to participate in this, and with friends and those we've grown close to in the community, and it should be fairly unique. So in the spirit of because it's cool, I'm going to try and bring some unique items because you're potentially going to procure these things. Some are artisan, some are things that you may not have seen before. One of the items has a patent that dates back to 1886. So that should be pretty interesting for everyone. And some things are kind of new, like late 80s, 90s. But hopefully, I hit some genres or areas that that you can use in daily life or just decoration or just to enjoy. I've enjoyed them for a while. Now I'm sharing with all of you. So just as a brief introduction, if you don't know me, I'm David with VintageUprisingTx, which is a channel I share with my wife. And I thought I would venture out on some things. My channel does not have a lot of video. I will plan to add some brief stories, some pictures that of travels that of collecting and things I find interesting from time to time. If you're not familiar with Vintage Uprising Texas, we do a live sale every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central, and other sales at various times of the week, just depending on what's going on. Regularly Tuesday at 2 p.m. and for sure Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central. So as a collector myself, I'm drawn to handmade items, whether they're whimsical or hand blown, tooled, spun, such as pottery, or hand turned, such as woodwork. Some things I like that are maybe pop culture, some things that are new that get easily recognized. Um, I like finding similar items or similar channels with my taste, and I'm guilty of going down those rabbit holes to find out how do they make that and get a full appreciation for things. So, I do watch some videos to get some research, but I delve into my library of books as well, and I hope you enjoy some of the items that come here. So a lot of you have gone through several videos, and just as a reminder, to claim any item that I've shown, just claim the letter A through I believe. I'm doing 8 items. So claim the letter in the comment below. If someone doesn't get back to me or send their information, if someone's already claimed it, go ahead and claim it as secondary, and I'll let you know whether they have completed their purchase or not, or you can be second in line, so to speak. Don't forget to send me your real name, YouTube name, if applicable, and also your mailing address so I can ship the item to you, and also your PayPal information. And if you don't have a PayPal email address, that's fine. Just send me your information, and you can pay as a guest through PayPal using your debit card or credit card. You don't need an account for that. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, not only for me, but for the other sellers that have joined in this Peddlers train sale. So I hope you enjoy the sale. The first item I have is handmade in Central Texas in a small town called Fredericksburg, very quaint. This was made by the artist Philip Birch, who makes these stained items. This is the frame, which would hold a 4 by 6 inch photo or postcard. And let me show you some of the detail in here. The structure itself, the frame itself, measures 6.5 inches across and 8.25 inches tall. It's got a beautiful blue design. I'll show you the back as well. Just a well-made, handmade art by this gentleman in Fredericksburg, Texas. And so I'll offer this frame at $20. Type in the letter A. So just a reminder, the first participant to type in the letter A in the comments below will get this item. The next item I have is a pair of handmade candle holders, and I have a pair of these. Now look at the handles. This style you can see where they've stretched the glass here and tailed it into this as a molded for a candle holder. And if it looks familiar, you can attribute the design to this particular design close to the George Shute hand-baked glass design in Germany. However, it's a little different because they didn't elongate their handle. It was more of a D, maybe an inch shorter, and the thickness was very uniform. Also, in this particular style, they made it wasn't a candle holder, it was a candy dish, so this recess would have been about a half-inch taller. So this is maybe a nod to that designer, and I just found them very interesting to be used for candle holders. So I'm offering this pair at $15, and you can type in the letter B. $15 and type in the letter B. Next, I have this handcrafted jewelry or trinket box. Let me get in here so you can see the detail. Now, this is inlaid with brass trim at the top and the hinges, and also the closure. Now, what's neat about this is that this is stained bone art. Now, I have found items made in Italy, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia. Typically, the Middle East, it's camel bone or ox bone if in Europe, or Southeast Asia. But it's a nice size trinket box. Let me open that. And it's lined in black felt. You can see how the carvings are not uniform for the stained bone. And not everything is exactly scale. But it's a very handsome box in a beautiful green. The box itself measures 5 inches by 3 inches by 4 inches. And I'm offering this box at $19, and you can type in the letter C. And while you're looking at that, I will show you some of that detail. Just a really nice item. Now, for you barware lovers, I have a set of 4 tall La Femme style highballs. Now let me show you these. 4 of the same style. So this is the La Femme line. Each glass has 3 female shapes. Each highball, now I'm showing 2 of them now, but I have a set, this is for a set of 4. These stand 9 inches tall. So over the span of a few trips, it took maybe 3 different thrifting trips to procure four, a set of four to sell and bring to you. Found one here, two there, not really wanting to sell three, so I waited it out until I found a fourth. I didn't order any, I just waited to find them in the wild. So I finally found them, and I've enjoyed them for a while. And I have a shorter one, which is about, I believe, 6 inches, and the 6 inch one is in my personal collection. So I'm offering these four. Now, some of these have been attributed to Libby. These are not marked Libby, as you can tell, but they're a nice, fun glass. The design goes back to the late 50s, early 60s. And no chips, no flea bites on any of these. So you'll get a set of four of these highballs, and I'm offering these at $65 for the set, and just type in letter C. Some other items I like, and you may be too, are wood turned items. And I know it's going to bash some glass there. I have this Chinese brush, hand turned brush pot. Now, I've used this for several things. It's very handsome. I've used this, of course, to hold pens, brushes, various tools or utensils. Just a beautiful piece of turned wood. See where that was pinned for the turning. They've left that mark where it's similar to a pontal. And just nice. I like picking these hand tooled things up when I find them, because they're all unique. The wood pattern's always different. Even if you get two of the same size or make, they're always different, because the piece of wood that's been turned obviously is different. But just beautiful, beautiful detail. So I've had this for a few years, and I'm going to offer this brush pot at $12, and just type in the letter E. So I have a small collection of watches, and I already have a watch case for them. I have this one that's, I guess, distributed by the Drexel Heritage Group, and it's a nice cream color, simple brass clasp to open that up. It has the watch pads ready for your watches, and it's a nice light brown gingham design on the interior, and then a nice display for you to see which watch you're going to pick for that day. The box itself, this is going to measure 13 inches by 3.5 inches and 4.25 inches. And if you're a light watch enthusiast, this is your box. Makes a great gift, and your friend or yourself or whoever likes watches will love this case. And I'm offering this watch case only for $16, and just type in the letter F. So if you didn't think this wasn't going to be all fun and games, then you were seriously mistaken. If you've watched me on my wife's channel or our channel, Vintage Uprising Texas, you know anything can happen during one of our Wednesday live sales. And in this case, this is no exception. This is a blue feathered hat that Tammy found out thrifting one day, and I just fell in love with it, and I thought I would wear it. I think we found this in Kentucky. Yeah, I think we found this, or maybe on the way to Kentucky, for our trip with Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, Dee with Thrill of the Thrift, and VintageVinny with VintageVinny. And hey, why not have some fun, right? So the next item I have is a Renate stock designed art glass in a female shape. It's not a decanter. This is a shelf piece, and this is for designed for Costa glass. Now, if you see it in the light, it's a dark, smoky gray color, not quite black. And then I'll zoom in for the detail. What the artist has done is sprayed a textured applied patina on the glass, on the front and back, to just provide texture to the form. The glass itself measures 9 1/4 tall, 9 1/4 inches tall, and it's 4 inches at its widest point at the shoulders. 4 inches. So admire this beautiful piece of art glass. I will spin this around for the detail. There's a design label. Smooth pontil. So the sticker says designed by Renee Stock. And this is offered at $50 and type in the letter G. $50, the letter G. Okay, the next item I have, in all seriousness, if you have a woodworking fan, or if you like to work with hand tools and that's your jam, then why are y'all looking at me funny? What's all the snickering? What's all the laughing for? Let's be serious for a second, shall we? So this hand tool has a patent mark, and it shows it's patented August 12th, 1884 is the stamp. August 12th, 1884. This, the wood is rosewood handle. This has a twist mechanism to loosen and to put your implement in. The rosewood handle here at the butt of the handle smartly unscrews to reveal several tools. And I'll lay that down. You have a nice hand carving head here. A hand saw, maybe for dovetailing. A wider chisel head. This has a nice, let me get that, a nice drill bit, maybe for starting. Maybe for a starter hole to start drilling. And the fifth implement is another fine blade for carving out wood or wood detail. So you get the 5 blade inserts, and like I said, these house in there. You can open this mechanism, smartly set that in, and there's your implement. There's your hand tool. Very nice design, very neat, and you don't have to lose these because all 5 of the implements fit in the housing. and just smartly designed. Now, this works fine. The rosewood but does have a crack on it. This is old wood, but it's in great shape. And I am offering this wonderful tool at $25, and just type in the letter H. $25, type in the letter H. Why so serious? Why? Now for my last item, this is something I was just browsing in an antique store, and I'm not sure why it was priced so low. There y'all are again with the funny faces. I don't understand. Anyway, this item is a nice statue. I believe it's a resin on a black base. Let me just get in for the detail. Almost like a Grecian form, Roman form. And it does feel to be a resin. This is not signed or attributed to anyone, but it has a felt bottom, so it doesn't damage your shelves. But what it reminds me of, I don't know if you're familiar with amber carvings that were done by the Chinese, but it looks like one of the amber carvings. The thing is, it feels to the touch like a resin. So I want to attribute that to this being amber. Of course, it's not. It's not heavy enough to be amber, but it is a nicely formed resin and a beautiful shelf piece if you collect any type of statuette or to maintain in a library or a study. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. She stands 9.5 inches tall. And if you have not looked at the Chinese amber designs, carvings, do a little research and look at these. The work is amazing. This is offered to you at $32, and that's the letter I. $32, the letter I. So those are my 8 items. I thank you for hanging out with me, and hopefully we can find some things. Hopefully you can find some things that you love or that can share with someone else. Don't forget to like and comment below, even if you didn't claim an item. Love to hear what you're looking for, what your interests are, and also be sure to do the same for the other channels. And come see Tammy and I regularly at Vintage Uprising Texas every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Central. The next stop on the Peddlers train sale following me is VintagePeepshowagogo, featuring Miss Marco and Mr. Brad. I hope you have fun watching them. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to them. Thank you.